Hey guys, it's Jody with the Whiskey Rebellion Barcast. And by the way, I don't know how we survived that fucking 30-second damn countdown. What the hell was that monkey nut shit about? Who the fuck does that? All right. I mean, I was sitting there, I was like, are we all being booted from the show at the same time simultaneously for the next 30 seconds? We're like in the penalty box. What the fuck? Anyway, need you guys to smash the subscribe, like us, follow us. Shit on David's page. I don't give a fuck. Let's have a good time. Anyway, what's in everybody's glass and welcome to the show.
Cheers, gents. I'll start. So tonight I'm doing a little mixed cocktail. I'm doing a little Boulevardier. Okay. We talked about some old Overhaul bottled and bonded rye, some Campari, and a little sweet vermouth. It's called a Boulevardier. Very tasty drink. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, gentlemen.
I'm gonna go completely Evan Williams, single barrel, very simple. That'll do me.
There you go.
Yeah.
First of all, Gene says hi.
Evan Williams, I'm sorry to interrupt, but wasn't there a question or a new publication made this week that it's only going to be available in Kentucky?
Right?
Yes.
I'd heard that, but it's not going to affect me that much.
But nobody's really said that, confirmed it yet. Somebody even messaged Evan Williams, and Evan Williams hasn't responded about it yet.
I wonder if Elon's buying Evan Williams, and this is what's happening.
Must have been
It's just the single barrel, right, Chuck?
Yes.
Okay. I love that guy. Anyhow, I'm sorry, Chuck. I interrupted you. You were getting ready to
do no worries. Tonight I'm drinking Evan Williams Bottled and Bond.
Nice.
So it's about $12.99. Something everybody should grab a bottle of.
Nice.
Indeed.
What about Slim Billy down there?
Fat Boy Billy's drinking on a little bit of black and tan.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Really enjoying this.
What's cool about the black and tan is that we may have, we're not going to say who, may have soon one of our regular members of our club will be potentially the executive director of the Whiskey Trail. That's
the Whiskey Trail.
Loving that.
Yep.
Nice.
What about the BBC? What you got going on?
What's up, my brother? So I am sipping Starlight. This is Starlight Double Oak. Damn good.
Nice.
I like it.
That's the one out of Indiana, right?
Yes.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
They're out of Indiana, right? Huber.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Good times.
Nice
What
indeed.
about you, David?
I am drinking Garrison Brothers Small Batch. I think this is actually my second time into the bottle. I did get past the neck pour, quote unquote. Better now that I've kind of forgotten the sting of how much I paid for it. But it's going to feed into our conversation that Chuck and I were working on today. But yeah, not too bad upon the revisit. Not worth $80.
Well, I am. I guess I'm the last one. So I'm filling out the. It's like Biden's ratings right now of his approval ratings. It's about
left,
right
Joe.
here. Oh, it's about right. I need to go to, but it's about the same. About 33%. Anyhow, this is the company. This is a good one. I dig it. You guys have heard me talk about it before. Super stoked about it. Like it. Not going to be on the show forever tonight because there is a hockey game going on right there. So anyhow, guys, David, introduce our topic with Chuck. Or Chuck, introduce. I don't care who introduced. Somebody introduce the fucking topic.
Oh, go ahead, David.
Well, I'll bring it up and then I'll kick it to you, Chuck. So we were kind of workshopping ideas, and we came upon the topic of, and we've talked about before, like how to talk to people who are new into the bourbon world and whiskey world and stuff like that. But we wanted something a little bit more well thought out in terms of someone is new. They want to try to get into whiskey or spirits in general, and like what kind of advice, based on the experiences we've had, what kind of advice, what kind of guidance, what would you say to somebody to help them kind of get started? Not so much just like learning, but learning what they like. And, from that perspective, that's kind of what we it sort of agreed on, Chuck and I. And one of the things we wanted to talk about is like whiskeys of different variety. Is it bourbon? Is it a wheater? Is it a rye? where to start with each of those to figure out if you like that kind of whiskey or not. So the first thing we're going to do is kind of look for suggestions for like starter bottles that cross your mind. You don't have to necessarily name one of every category, but just name one that you think would be a good place to start.
All right.
Can I say something real quick? Because there's an interesting component to that with the supply demand issues and all that that's going on, and the allocation of almost everything now, and then of course the most recent thing with Virginia not even having it at all in their state. I'm more curious about, to add to that, maybe we get to Chuck and he can explain this, but would it be advantageous to maybe introduce them to something younger, that way that maybe they can build a palate for that and move from there to strengthen their overall tasting skills and what they like. That's just my thought.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So if you guys watched last week, I mentioned actually last 2 weeks I talked about me sending a bunch of samples out. So I have another box that's I'm gonna probably send out next day or so. I'm gonna put about 8 samples in there. And the reason I'm giving this person 8 because this person is kind of special. He's kind of high up in the cigar world. Wants to get into bourbon, so I told him I was going to send him some samples. Again, at the time, didn't know who he was. Not that it matters. I'm going to treat you as a human anyway. But so in this package, I'm giving him a Weller Special Reserve. These are all like 1 ounce samples or 1.5. Weller Special Reserve, Woodford Wheat. I did an Evan Williams Green Label, which is a good solid $10 bottle. So, and I kept nothing is over 95 proof. I did a Buffalo Trace. I'm giving him a Blanton's Mini as a souvenir, of course. But I will give him some Blantons. I'm going to do a double oak and put some double oak in there for him. That's probably the highest proof that I'll go. But for me, I never go above 95 proof. In general, I try to stay at 80. I also did a 3-chord blended, which is 80 proof. I did Rebel, which is 80 proof, and I think it's a damn good 80 proof. Yeah. Billy, I like Rebel, and we saw Billy just kill the bottle. So, and I didn't do a regular basil, but I did a basil toast because to me the basil toast tastes better than regular basil in my opinion. Brother Anthony, what's up? That's my guy. It's a good bourbon.
Star that one for you.
That's a good bourbon brother right there. With an excellent palate.
For me, what I would suggest to somebody, well, before I get to that, first, I want to give a shout out to the Godfather himself for giving me the opportunity to get some Blanton's Gold, and I partaked in it the other day, and it was, let's just keep it PG. It was good. But I think, something that's 1, affordable, and 2, easy to get. Buffalo Trace is a good place to start as well, but Buffalo Trace is not as easy to find as it used to be.
Right.
So I would think something like a Woodford Reserve or the Double Oak, the price, easy to find, and it's not hot at all. It's something that you can ease somebody into. And I think from there, you can kind of show somebody how to go with the older stuff and then also go with some of the younger stuff. So that's where I would start.
I mean, me personally, I'm steering somebody towards basil because it's 80 proof. It is really easy to drink. It's not harsh on the palate. It's not and any of the basils because they're all. I think all of them come in at 80 except for like one of them.
Yes.
So I've got on my shelf, I've got a basil dark rye, which is kind of a one that they blend with port. And then I've got a basil toast and a regular basil for when people come over. Like, well, dude, you're so into bourbons, man. What would you recommend? I'm like, have you ever had it before? I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, well, let's start you out here and we'll ease you up. I've got plenty of Weller on the shelf behind me if I want to let them step up into a special reserve. I probably wouldn't steer them towards the A107, even though the wheat does tend to make it a little softer. But I'll keep them out of the 100 proof stuff to start. from there, it's kind of a crapshoot. I kind of look around at what I got, and double oak, because I've always got a double oak available, or maybe a Knob Creek 9, because it's kind of everyone has a Knob Creek 9 on their shelf. They can go to the bar and get a Knob Creek 9.
Yeah, I like Gene's comment here. It says agreed price and proof, and work up from what they enjoy. Definitely agree with that.
Go ahead, Mal.
I couldn't disagree with anybody. I couldn't,
Good job, mate.
I couldn't not being in the UK, I couldn't disagree with any of the comments that you made. So the Knob Creek 9 is awesome. It's well, I love the Knob Creek 9, so yeah, I just did that. Fine.
Now, do you have a locality wise, because of availability, do you have like a Scotch or Irish whiskey recommendation that you would say for someone who's like a brand new beginner?
I am not a Scotch or an Irish whiskey fan. If I'm being completely honest with you, I am a bourbon fan. So I will literally just agree with everything that you guys have just said.
Okay. Well, what about a rye? What about a rye? Would you recommend
Mickler's Rye, or New Riff Rye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Stellum Rye is actually not bad either.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the price point on that? Because I think that's an important consideration too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And availability. Yeah.
If I had to put one in, Wilderness Trail, Rye. That would be the one.
Wilderness Trail's got.
But if you want to go with a rye, you might want to stay with like a Rittenhouse rye.
Yep.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, Rittenhouse is all right, but Wilderness Trail is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
I would say for myself, for a rye, I would say Riverset Rye.
Okay.
Because you can get it at like $28-$30. It is fantastic at that price point. I would recommend that to anybody if they want to find out if they really.
See, I can't get that over here. So you throw me on a loop here. So it's stuff that
we'll
I
have to hook
can't
you
get.
up sometime.
It's stuff that I can't get over here. So
yeah,
I think here for me, one of the things, being in Tennessee, one of the big ones I would pick would be Blue Note. It's relatively inexpensive, readily available. It's a solid entry bourbon, all the way up to stellar 17-year, top of the line, top shelf type bourbon. Not only that, the different flavors, and then to get them into like potential store picks or barrel picks, whatever you want to call them, could also be a way to get them into the community. The other thing is, and I heard some people say, but for me, I think just the standard Woodford would be a great one. It's readily available.
Yeah, I agree.
It's 100%. Always a pretty standard profile. It it's, you can get them liking it at a great, sound like drug dealers here, but you can get them, you can get them itch. You can get them what you itch, where they need it, and you can keep them going with that because there's plenty of availability of it, and you're gonna be able to find it pretty much anywhere. On any given day, you can walk into any of your local.
As an Englishman, yes, I'll agree. So that's fine. Yeah,
and on top of that, even our bottle that we had for the anniversary, which was our 2-year anniversary, which was on the 4th. No, not 4th. 3rd. Sometime at the beginning of April. No, it was on the 2nd because it was on Saturday. Was the Woodford Reserve, and then this one was a wheated bottle that came directly from the distillery with our logo on the. Sorry, got to go to the left, but with our logo on it. It's gone now, but it was good.
Yeah,
but together. Yeah, it is. Well, there was a lot of us too, so that does happen.
And that's something else to consider too for somebody who's kind of new to bourbon. Is looking at something that may be a little bit higher in a wheat mash bill, because the wheat will tend to soften out
the bite,
the bite of a bourbon. And Woodford's a good one, even a traditional Maker's Mark, because it's a little bit. I mean, that's available. Traditional Maker's Mark is available, I would say, at most of your
globally.
local bar.
It's globally. That's globally available.
Yeah, Maker's Mark. I forgot about that one. That would be a good one too.
It's global. That's global, dude. That's globally available.
Nice.
I was going to suggest.
Go ahead.
Oh, thanks, David. Suggest Ancient Age. Something in the lower tier, not bottom shelf. I don't want to say bottom shelf because that's not something that everybody's fond of. But lower tier stuff. Maker's Mark. Evan Williams, Bottled and Bond. Evan Williams Green Label, like Mark said. $17.92 if you want to go a little fancier. Woodford Reserve. And just stay with the lower tier stuff. Don't get wrapped up in the the allocated products right away, like the Blantons, and go chasing after stuff. And that's about where I would stick with right at the beginning, because you have to really get taste these products first and determine what you like, and then go from there.
Right.
And in the future,
redemption we did. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't.
And in the future, what we could do is we could actually have a show on, tasting and best practices of tasting, what we all, how we all do it, and get our, flavor profiles in order to help people out in the future. Go ahead, David. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just reading Gene's comment. He said redemption weeded. I haven't had their weeded. I've had their high rye, which was good, but not low price. I mean, it wasn't egregious, but it wasn't like a lower price bottle. I need to check out more of their redemption series.
The bad thing about the redemption series is, to me, it's all been pretty young, and for me, because I'm spoiled, I'm like a snob when it comes to it. It just, I don't like the young stuff at all. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, young and yeah, I'll try not to make too lewd a joke out of this, but young and hot sounds like attractive options and partners. It's not generally.
I'm not into pedophilia
when it comes
to my bourbon.
When it comes to whiskey.
or actually at all, I should say at all. I'm not into pedophilia at all, but definitely also to include my bourbon.
Thank you for that.
We know this. Just fucking stop.
All right. Here comes Tyrone Biggums.
Okay.
I just want to say, all you fellas up there are looking good.
Right on that bike.
Except for Dave.
I agree, except for Dave.
No makeup, mask, or amount of whiskey can help with what he has on his face. Bless his heart.
Oh my!
Wow.
I don't know who Tyrone is, but I like
That's your buddy.
This is actually a friend of mine.
Only a friend would say something like
to
that.
Come on just to fuck with me. So he's doing his job.
Shout out to Miss Kara.
I won't use your government name. It's okay, Tyrone.
Chuck, why don't you give us some bourbon news?
Oh wow, there's plenty of bourbon news out there. So many things are being, labels are getting brought out right now, and it's been such a busy week for that stuff. I just about forgot everything
you're putting up.
Yeah, I mean there was just a bunch of stuff coming out.
So
what's the stuff on Bardstown?
Have any of y'all had the Maker's Mark French cask?
With that new label, I like that new label.
That's good.
It's their French oaked one, the Maker's 46 French oaked. I'm gonna crack that probably over the weekend sometime. But
nice, let us know.
Well, for one thing, the George Remus is supposed to come out with in the near future. They came out with the Volstead last year. This year is going to be the Remus Gatsby Reserve, which is a 15-year product. It's coming from MGPI. It's going to be 115 proof. That's going to be one to get. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everybody's going to want that one. Bardstown Bourbon Company's coming out with, or will be introducing, Discovery 8. Discovery 7s should be coming out very soon, but they've already announced the Discovery 8, and it's going to have 11% 12-year Ontario corn mash bill which is interesting. But they had it in the 7 as well. Proof and Wood's going to come out with one in the near future. The cabinet barrel proof.
That's interesting. Yeah,
that should be interesting. And let's see. Yes, High West, the Prisoner. This one's going to be one to chase. This one's going to be a blend of straight whiskeys finished in the Prisoner Red Blend wine barrels, much like the Bardstown Bourbon Company did with the Prisoner last year. It's going to be a little different, of course, but High West jumped into that one. I believe High West is also owned by the same company that does the Prisoner as well. So that's a nice little collaboration. But those are pretty much the the big news articles. If you want to find out more, join the Whiskey Rebellion Barcast and find out more.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Chuck, what are you expecting from that Heaven Hill 15? Tell me what you should be expecting from that.
Heaven Hill 17?
17, sorry.
Oh, man. I haven't opened it yet. And I'm expecting it to be, I'm hoping it rivals GTS.
Really?
Yeah, I'm hoping it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I expect.
Nice.
Really?
And I'm
Stephanie
talking,
saying hi to Mark.
I'm talking early GTS, not this newer stuff that's out.
Hey, Miss Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely want to know when you open that, brother.
What's the proof on it on the 17?
On the
I
17,
thought I saw
let's
90
see.
something, but I could be wrong.
Let me see.
Who is rattling something in that group?
I don't know what
Rob's
that
over
is.
there being bartender, man. He's got a
Bartender Rob.
I kind of like the sound. You feel like you're at a real bar, you know?
It does.
It's making you drink. It's like, we're gonna get you.
We need shitty in the back though.
Oh, shitty don't fit back here.
I think it's 128.
Wow.
Oh,
128.
wow.
So that's a
Okay.
hot one then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some heat.
okay.
I mean, so at that level, it will be giving GTS a little run for its money, huh?
I certainly hope so.
And listen, I'm not gonna lie, that packaging is nice and sexy.
Oh, it is.
That
When you
is,
open
that
that
is a
box,
beautiful package.
Yeah.
you open it, it has like it slides, and it's a circular slide to it. It has a 180-degree slide to it. It's really nice.
I reached out to my local store, and I basically got laughed at. It's like, yeah, that's above your pay grade. I was like, Jesus, okay. If she could get it, so it doesn't look like it though, but it's okay.
You know, that would make an interesting show too to talk about packaging because, like, for example, E.H. Taylor. Man, I love E.H. Taylor. I fucking hate the tube. I think it's stupid. Like, it's a waste of my damn time. And then, you know, like, I feel like I have to keep up with the tube for whatever damn reason. I don't even understand that. I find it to be asinine all by itself.
And it makes it hard to ship. Not that I would ever ship it, but if you were to ship,
yeah.
it
If
would
someone
be
were to do
harder.
something like that.
Yeah, you would never do that, but it makes the box.
We would never do that.
Box. Never.
No, not anybody in this group. But if you want to learn about shipping, we do it in the after show. We talk about that in the
dog
VIP
shampoo,
chat.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so.
Sure do.
Don't break laws.
The Belvini does the same thing with that barrel type shape.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Belvini, I don't think, outside of the tube on the shelf.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a very Scotch type aspect too. That
Yeah.
most of the Scotches you'll see,
I was
even the
gonna
ones
say,
that are
all the Scotches
lower
pretty
end.
much do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause,
there,
like,
there's a few that don't, but most of them do, and it's the ones that are not as good or trying to make themselves look like the ones that are. But so they're all going to be in tubes basically, or boxes with like the little window boxes. They're pretty much ubiquitous. John here says he just cracked a bottle of Stellum.
Good
Wanted to
man.
Say cheers.
Oh, very nice.
And he likes the E.H. Taylor tube. That's his favorite brand and bottle.
it reminds me of a piggy bank when I was a kid. I just want to cut a little
You cut the
slot in the top.
slit
Yeah,
in
in
the
the
top,
top
yeah,
of it.
That's it.
Fill it with
Mhm.
money.
Put coins in it.
Buy a
Hey,
Game Boy when you
fun
finish.
fact: today, I think when I was at
I have
the
plenty
the
of
local-
tubes lying around.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I think when I was at the Subway day, I filled up with sweet iced tea, and when I got this iced tea, when I got the ice out of the dispenser, somehow or another, I got a penny in my in my ice. Didn't even notice it till I poured my ice out in the sink, and I was like, I wonder where that penny came from. And so I did a little investigation, and it only could have came from one place, and that's from the cup. So must have got into the. So it's good times.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jody. Maybe you're just going through changes.
Or are we sure it wasn't? It
Next
wasn't
week I'll
Preston,
be a
was
they
it?
them. You know how it is.
And it wasn't Preston, was it?
No, that Preston was just that's a different story. Bless his
Leave
heart.
my nephew alone now. We'll start that.
Listen,
He's
don't
a
worry
good kid.
until
He's super smart. I'm telling you, he missed his calling of doing a YouTube page called "What Would Preston Say?" Because he says the most hilarious stuff ever.
don't worry until you see him outside in the daytime with a flashlight. When you see that,
You guys, these comments. Reason whiskey is good for you. It slows the age, it cuts phlegm, helps digestion, cuts the dropsy, it heals strangulation, keeps and preserves the head from whirling, the tongue from lisping. Hang on, next one coming up. Keeps the stomach from wombling, the guts from rumbling, the hands from shivering, the bones from aching, and it truly is a sovereign liquor if it be orderly taken. That's highly specific.
Cheers,
We
Tyrone.
get Tyrone on the show sometime.
That sounds like a man with experience.
Cheers, Tyrone.
Here's the Tyrone.
all right.
That's
So, fellas,
that's funny chiz right there.
now
It
that
is.
we're into spring and kind of heading into it, baseball's coming back.
Yes.
The Marlins actually kicked off their home play tonight.
Go
What are you
Nats.
guys looking to get into now this time of year that you have on the shelf? Anything in particular now that baseball is coming in and basketball is getting ready to go into the playoffs? Go Panthers! We clinched the playoffs. So, what are you looking for, guys? What are you looking to
I
drink?
bet you've only watched like 3 hockey games in your life, and I'm sitting here watching a
No,
hockey game right this second.
actually, I'm quite the fan of hockey. Listen, I'm down with the Panthers. Believe it or not.
Name 2 people on the team.
Oh, I can't name them. I just watched that. I'm being honest. But here's the crazy thing.
You
I
know,
can't
as
name
soon
a
as
whole
you
lot.
said that, he's going to challenge you, right?
Oh, that's okay. It's okay.
Well,
Unlike Jody,
Mark-
I'm not gonna go to Google and start looking up names. But listen,
Mark,
outside of the Dolphins, I don't know a whole lot of football players either. I mean,
Mark, I'll tell you right now, the Nats are losing to the Pirates. It's 5-4. Just so you know.
You're telling us that the Pirates have a chance.
They got
they have, now we're only in like the
3rd game.
bottom of the 5th, so hey, they could easily, very easily lose this game really quickly.
I'll take 5-4 for now. Shout out to Juan Soto, the youngest to hit 100.
I think I'm contractually
Josh,
obligated to
I'll
say
tell you
go
what, I'm gonna
Pirates,
use
go sports ball.
Mel's
I'll
look
get
like
this done
he's-
by my family.
Mel's look like he's over there trying to figure. He's already figured out what he's drinking for this time of year.
Pens are up 3-1.
He's got a hell of a mix going over there.
Yeah, it sure does.
Man, look at him.
That's my UK Arizona.
You want to know
brother
why he's got animal on his elbow there,
Yeah, right.
on the top of his forearm.
No, I think this time of year I'm gonna start getting into some more craft beers. Probably some more of the smoke wagons. And probably open up another bottle of Eagle Rare.
There you
It's been
go.
a minute. So
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
and even Jody doesn't believe I'm a hockey fan. I actually do watch quite a bit of hockey. One of the first things I do in the morning when I wake up is look at the sports page. So there you go.
There you go.
Nice.
And Tyrone says he is looking forward to outdoor concerts, sneaking whiskey of my choice. Damn good time.
I like.
Speaking
Tyrone
of the
Higgins.
Deftones, we're going to see later.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to make Little John's Kentucky Derby thing because it's the same day as the Deftones concert.
Ooh,
So
I didn't even
I'll have to
know that
apologize to him.
Oh, nice. The
Right.
Deftones.
Yeah. Mhm.
I like some Deftones, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it May 6th or something? I'll have to look it up. Whatever day that is.
Man.
Nice.
My girlfriend told me, I was like, oh, yeah, you want to go? She's like, no, we got tickets to Deftones. Like she went to Deftones when she was pregnant with her son. Like, she doesn't miss Deftones. Like, she's a big fan of Deftones. So, like, we're going to that. Or she's like, or I'll take someone else. I'm like, no.
Wow.
I'm going to be there.
I'm there.
I'm going to be there with bells on.
There you
Sorry,
go.
John.
All right. So who else is what you guys are looking for this time of year? What are you looking to get back into?
Well,
I
I enjoy grilling with Cafe 305
There you go.
and being outside at the pool.
There it
Playing with
is.
my little dog. And
be good to yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
be good to yourself.
Yes.
There you go.
There it is.
There we are, right there.
So I don't really change up my drinks other than like mid drum or midwinter night drum. That's a wintertime drink. Other than that, I typically pretty much drink pretty much the same stuff that I would drink in the wintertime throughout the year. There's not anything any different. And then when it comes to sporting events, I love baseball. Ginormous college baseball fan.
You're a college guy, right?
Yeah, college baseball fan. But I do love, don't get me wrong, I love my Padres. They just suck. You know, the other day they were losing, like, I'm not even remotely exaggerating, 13-0 in like the third inning. And I was like, wow, I'm not going to watch this game.
That's ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can't, in my opinion, it's hard. I'm not a beer drinker. And because the beer I like is like Guinness, and that's like a pork chop in a bottle. So it's like the same problem with drinking beer that I have with drinking whiskey, you know, during a baseball game or something. It's just, for beer, it's for what I like, it's too thick, it's too much of it. And so I feel so bloated and fat super tubby by the end of it. And then the other thing is like, when it comes to whiskey, I mean, I can regulate it pretty well with hockey. It's one per period.
Period.
Sorry, you messed me up. We were talking about baseball and all, but anyway, one per period, and then I don't have one at all during the intermission. So when I generally take care of any kind of chores or answer emails and stuff like that, and then I get back into it. Love hockey. Watching it right now as we speak.
Go Caps.
Sure. I do love Ovechkin, I'll be honest with you.
Nice.
Sure.
What about you, Chuck? Are you going to go back and give something else a second try, or, you know, try something different this time of year?
I'm sure I will. I have so many choices to choose from. I haven't even opened yet. I mean, I just opened that one from Mark, that West Bottoms from Kansas City, and that was very good, actually. Got a lot of apricot, dried apricot, actually, on that one. It was very good. You know, it's got that young taste to it, but it just, that dried fruit really just comes through on that.
Yeah.
I was really impressed, you know, and I think I'm going to probably try another one or two of the ones that, like Copper Canyon, maybe, that Mark sent me.
The Copper Canyon is actually not bad. That one is actually not bad. It's a little young, but it's actually not bad.
I think I'm kind of waiting more. I don't know that I necessarily do things around the spring, the baseball, the hockey season kind of a thing. I'm looking more towards summer when I'm sitting out on the patio, and I know one of my local distilleries that I get a lot of things from has a fantastic peach whiskey. Okay. And I know it sounds sweet, but it's like 90 plus proof. And you mix it with a little diet lemonade, a little diet iced tea, and I got me a peach whiskey Arnold Palmer going on, and sit outside with that and a little bit of warmth. That's a nice, refreshing drink. That's kind of more what I'm looking forward to. And if I recall correctly, and this was probably before I got in with the group, maybe we should do, and it's something else to think about there, Mr. Jody, is let's look at maybe doing something like our favorite cocktails. Again, summer cocktails or spring cocktails.
Sure, I'm down with that.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Mel, you all right there, Chief?
Yeah.
He's saging. He's saging with bourbon.
I think Mal's been sipping a little bit.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I was about to send a private message. Like, yo.
I was like, I don't know what he was smoking earlier, but he was
Mal, we love you and miss you, man.
Eagle Red.
Oh boy, my man.
Eagle Red.
It's my guy.
Eagle Red. That's it.
There you go.
There you go, brother.
He was back on track again.
The bourbon sage.
Dude, I just have to reiterate. I would love to drink with you sometime, man. I think I would hate the next day, but like,
I have had drinks with him before. It was rough.
Yeah. Go easy on you.
That's hysterical.
I do, to answer Tyrone, I do drink whiskey in my coffee sometimes. Definitely if I'm off the next day or if I'm just sitting around chilling. And I think it one is you get the bourbon cream and you put that in as a coffee creamer. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Adult coffee.
Yeah.
It's a great way to start your day.
There you go.
Now, but that, to me, that only works when it's cold outside. Like when it's snowing, you're like, the hell with this, I ain't going out. Fuck you.
If you guys would turn your attention to Tyrone Bigham's like profile picture or whatever, his little icon, that's that kind of whiskey, and it says black on top of it. I'm not going to say it together.
that was Eagle Red. Eagle Red.
I can't see it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I like him. Hey, why did I meet him? Oh man, he should have came down with us. Oh man, I like that. But yeah, it's a lot of times I will, on occasion, I'll do that because I'm kind of bad about having a little bit of a pour and not finishing it until the next morning. When I see it, it's like, oh, there's a little bit there.
There you go.
I do. Nightcap that's waiting on you in the middle of the night when you have to go pee at our age.
When I'm home on a Sunday morning, I absolutely enjoy cracking a little of the local Liberty Pole spirits bourbon cream, which is way better than the Buffalo Trace, and pouring that into a fresh brewed dark coffee. Man,
Martin's makes a great freaking bourbon cream. It's fantastic.
David, have you tried that Shanky's in coffee yet?
I haven't, but I was just thinking about that. I'm like, I'm off for the next few days. I should definitely make that happen.
I keep coffee. If I had these early calls, I would. I may try it Saturday.
I'm actually off tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited.
I'm doing taxes tomorrow, so I can't get too crazy.
I'm not a coffee.
You save it till you're done.
At all.
Yeah, because I'll be paying taxes.
You'll need a drink. Yeah.
I do enjoy having on the weekends. I do enjoy having a nice bourbon with breakfast on the weekends because the weekends are wide.
I know
open.
we've all seen your posts.
Oh yeah,
that's inspiration, man.
Early in the morning.
Those are life goals.
Brisket,
giant plate, delicious food, and like in the morning. It's like
he's got
8:30 in the morning. I'm like,
he's got some kind of egg. He got some kind of egg steak sandwich going on with bacon on it, and then there's like a full glass of some type of bourbon with a little bit of ice in it. And you're like, holy hell, dude! That's like when I go to Tequila's, the Mexican restaurant, and I ask for a pour. They're like,
Billy,
they feel.
And listen, a cigar right after. I think the earliest I've had a cigar was probably about 7 o'clock in the morning.
Billy, I've got cigars. I've got tequila. Let's do that shit.
What the fuck was that, Biden?
Oh my God.
I've got tequila. I've got cigars.
Just start cussing him.
Dude,
we'll be able to tell, and it'll be great.
That's beautiful.
Fuck off.
Listen, somebody put a seatbelt. Somebody put a seatbelt on that boy before he fall over.
We've had to do that before with Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
You know what I realized? We are a very bad example of being responsible.
It's very true. We're a terrible example of being responsible. We're all sitting in our homes, not driving anywhere.
That's right.
And
that is true.
And we're being responsible citizens by not doing anything stupid. And we're having a good time with our friends from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
And I mean, the worst thing we do is we say a few curse words and whatever Miles says.
You fucking
a good time.
You fucking prick.
Oh my God.
John, that was my guy, though, man. That's my guy.
If our fans keep listening to us, they're gonna be drunk at 7:30 in the morning after they eat breakfast and have a cigar.
As they should. As they should.
Why they try to decide what bottle they're gonna crack open next?
Fresh crack Saturday morning, fresh crack Sunday morning.
I don't know how Chuck does it. I don't know. He looks at his stash and like, now what? Like, what the fuck? What now?
Yeah, sometimes it looks that way. Yeah, I killed off. Believe it or not, I killed off 6 bottles this week.
Oh Lord!
Wow.
I've really like put the curtails on my drinking. I've only had maybe just a few drinks all week long over the last couple weeks since the Mill Festival. What?
I fucking heard him.
Yeah, what he said.
Can you take the penis out of your mouth when you speak? Not that there's anything wrong with that if you're into that, but can you?
Gene, yes, there's absolutely nothing wrong with drinking at 7 a.m.
That's right.
Oh,
unless you have to be at work at 8 a.m.
Or 7:05.
Then you need a breath.
You're in the parking lot. That's bad.
Yeah.
You're gonna do an employee orientation at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Mark Hill.
Maybe I go in with a little bourbon cream in the coffee.
But listen, if it's okay if you're doing a Zoom meeting, just.
Oh, that's man. There's been numerous
in the Zoom, Billy.
When I'm speaking with children, golly, I don't know what is up with me. When I'm speaking with students, there's many times when I'm speaking with students and I've got like my glass and I'm like, oh my God, these motherfuckers. And I'll just sit there and I keep a bottle in my office and I just start pouring it in there. And I'm listening to them and I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah. You guys.
We need some milk. He needs some milk. He needs some milk. He needs some milk.
Hill, welcome to the show.
Yes, sir.
Good to hear you were busy tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
good,
man.
brother. How many bottles of Blanton's you sell? Look, I'm sounding like my buddy up there.
Your buddy way out east?
Yes, he's way east.
So, Chuck, I was talking to, I went into the local it's a small fine wines, good spirits here.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost next door to my pharmacist yesterday or maybe Wednesday.
The bottle shop.
And they're not like a premium store that gets all the high end stuff all the time.
I believe that, Mark.
He
oh yeah.
The guy I was talking
2 hours. He said.
He goes, I had 8 guys in front of the store at 8:15 a.m. at a fine wines and good spirits in PA because they saw the website and the fact that they were getting 4 cases of Blanton's in.
They're a little late then.
You know what's funny? I'm still amazed that people want Blanton's because the cool thing today is to hate Blanton's.
Oh no, they all want Blanton's.
Oh,
those are the same people buying it up.
Oh, it is.
Right?
All day long.
There's nobody that truly hates Blanton's. I mean,
they all
love it and they all think it's great. They just
they love it.
They just
in
hate
my
that
opinion,
they can't
the people who talk shit about Blanton's are the same people that they are the exact same people that call other people taters, but they themselves are the taters.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a stupid ass.
They've got because like one of them showed his like on Bourbon Nation showed his bar the other day, and I was like, wow. Holy hell, $20 billion into. I mean, that was like the offer Elon Musk made to to Twitter. Like I'm like, oh my God. Like he had every type of Blanton's you could possibly had, and he had all the golds, all of the standards, single barrels, and also all the straight from the barrels, all the barrel tops to him. Now, granted, the barrel tops or bottle tops, I'm sorry, for straight from the barrel and then also the standard looked the same, but he had hit them all, and I was like, this is just stupid.
Yeah,
but
it's
the mystique of getting a bottle of Blanton's. The guy, and this little story is like, I don't get any of this stuff in ever because I'm a small store. I'm not a premium collection store is what they call it in PA. And he's like, I got 4 cases in this morning, which is 24 bottles. Because for those who don't know, it's 6 cases to a bottle. He's like, I was sold out in 40 minutes from when I opened the door. And PA is doing a 2-bottle limit right now. So you can't come and get any rare or blends. It's a 2-bottle limit.
Yeah.
Wow. And even here in Miami, I haven't seen blends on the shelf in more than 2 years. And the last time I did see it on the shelf, it was right around $225, and I just laughed hysterically.
Yeah, that's about what's going on.
You were like,
last time I saw it, I think it was
Jody.
85.
Yeah.
And I was like, mm-mm.
Well, yeah,
I seen it recently. I called David about it. Actually, I think I was on the phone with Chuck.
It was over 100, wasn't it?
They had it for over $100. I mean, it was like one. I think he would have sold it to me for 90 something dollars. But the thing is that's like 5 times freaking MSRP almost. You know?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, I told you the story when I brought that E.H. Taylor, that single barrel that I brought for when we did the parade, like what that goes for, like I either, behind, you'll never see it on the shelf, but like behind the counter on secondary, like the hundreds of dollars. I found that bottle for like $45. And I was like, I just saw it like right there. I was like, okay, I had no idea or appreciation. So for me, it was, easy come, easy go.
Then you let it age for 5 years in the bottle.
Yeah, I bottle aged it, man. I think it was so much better because of that. You should thank me.
Of course.
Okay.
Hey, Gene, and you are in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia, so that has something to do with not finding it on the shelf.
Yeah. Certain things you just won't. And that kind of references back to like what we were telling about the topic of tonight of like people who are new getting into things. Like, don't worry about this stuff. Like, just you look for stuff that's $30 or under, stuff you can find anywhere. Look for those recommendations. There's plenty of quality of like every kind of variety. Basically, you don't need to beat yourself up, folks.
Yeah, don't chase the BTACs, the Wellers, the ETLs, the EH Taylors. Don't go chasing after that because everybody else is. Start at the lower tier, like I mentioned, and we all mentioned before.
Another thing is don't beat yourself off either on camera. That seems to be frowned upon at certain,
especially on TikTok.
But yes,
that Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. So the other day I'm sitting in a restaurant and Preston looks at me. This was Saturday also, and he goes, Dad, if you had to rank those bottles up there, which ones would you put them in order as the worst? So they had Jack Daniels, of course, which would be bad. But they had Southern Comfort, also fucking horrendous. Then they had what is it, Crown, which is horrible. And
I hear that, Gene.
I don't remember what the next one was, but those were Southern Comfort by far. I mean, dude, that is it's a liqueur, first of all. It doesn't matter. That right there is
a whiskey. It's a liqueur.
If I have that, I feel like I should be molested at the same time. Like, you don't give those two out to anybody. All right, they're just horrible. And then
SoCo was my bridge into whiskey. Like, I started with beer, and
that should be your bridge into being Peel Cosby.
Here we go.
On that note, let's eat M&M's.
I'll make a roofie culotta with that.
That's exactly what I think about it.
Listen, I can't complain. I used to drink Cisco as a teenager.
There you go. Real other things.
You talking about the grease that they use on grills?
No, that's Crisco.
Oh, sorry.
Crisco. Cisco. So as a teenager, here's what it drinks. It was Bottle and James, the wine coolers.
Yes.
It was Cisco.
Don't lie, you did.
Tara not amused. Ms. Coleman is not amused.
It was Cisco. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this one. Anybody remember Zima?
I just said,
I've always hated that. That's terrible. That's Charles Barkley terrible.
Liquid crack.
Yeah, Charles Barkley terrible.
Yeah. So, but I think what I really like, as far as the beer goes, were the Mickeys that look like the little hand grenades.
Mickey's Big Mouth, man.
Yeah.
Mickey's Big Mouth malt, man. I'm telling you, that was the shit when I was back in the day.
That was the most and ice of my day.
It's not like a big house sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm getting this conversation's giving me like Vietnam flashbacks of having 4 Loco in Vegas. Like,
Mickey's Big Mouth,
and
the
just,
Zima, and the Bartles and James.
Bartles. And used to get the bottles. Listen, used to get the Bartles and James for the girls.
Oh yeah,
the girls like the soft
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Mickey's, there you go.
So
those
come on, girl, out.
those
We'll get some wine coolers, and we're
But now
gonna go out
don't
to the
get-
beach.
But see, now we didn't have a beach, right? Well, we had
You
the
can even get
bottle.
Bartles and James in a 64-ounce 2-liter bottle.
Really?
Now, see, Billy, when you went up I-95 though, it was Mickey's, it
Yeah.
was Flitz, the Blue Bull, E&J, Easy Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wild Irish Roll.
E&J. They call it Irkin jerk around here.
Yeah. Yeah, a little Easy Jesus and
That Irkin jerk.
good old Wild Irish Rose.
Oh yeah,
Wild Irish Rolls. Wow.
Speaking of
yeah. Then you had
nonsense.
there you
back
go,
in my
Mario.
as they say, Thunderbird and Mad Dog were my jam.
What's the word?
Wow. I can see.
Hey,
I
real
can
quick,
see.
what
I
happened
can
to
see.
Tim Mao? Did
20
he die?
Oh, Mason. Oof.
I have no idea. I could see. I could see Chuck with his mullet back in the day, with his girl in the seat.
There was no mullet. No, it was just like this,
Just like that, huh?
right out of high school.
Oh, here's a question from George. So many new startup distilleries out there. What do you guys look for when trying one of the young releases and trying to get past the lack of maturity?
So for me, I hope that you're sourcing. Don't do it yourself.
Yeah.
I know you want
Yeah.
to.
Yep.
Don't do it yourself. Go to MGP. Go to what's the other one that sources now out in Florida. They're down in Jacksonville. I forget the name of them. Get someone.
Get
Just
someone to
don't-
source your juice.
Don't
until
do it yourself, and
it's
don't
old
try
enough.
to add sugar to make it to offset it because that
Don't
then it
dose
just
it.
tastes like cheap ass moonshine. Stop that.
Yeah.
Spank your hands. Stop that shit.
Problem is, Mark, that MGP's backlogged until 2025 if you want to get on the list.
I've heard that.
Some
Really?
people don't have the choice.
Yeah.
No.
So hey,
You know,
so
at
real quick,
least in my area. So there is and I just talked about their bourbon cream. Liberty Pole Spirits has an okay amount of product that they've been barreling for at least 3 years, 2 to 3 years. That's not terrible. And their older stuff is starting to pick up with some regularity. So it's finding that local, maybe not necessarily somebody who's new that is sourcing product, here's the guy out of Colorado that we talked to, Copper Sky.
Oh, Mike, yeah.
Mike from Copper Sky, who they just decided at the start we're a bourbon whiskey company, and it may take us a few years to put product on the shelf, but we're going to barrel it. We're going to let it sit.
Yes.
And we're going to put it out there when it's right to serve. It's finding those kind of places if you can find them.
Yes. Stop rushing.
Yeah, but there's another problem involved with that now. Finding the barrels, especially new white if barrels, are going to be hard to find.
Yep.
Very soon.
Right. So real quick, two things. People who want to get the Whiskey Rebellion shirt, please send us a message to our page, and we will, with your size, we'll give you the price on it, and you can order those shirts.
Yes,
If you guys didn't see them, go on to the Whiskey Rebellion page on the Facebook page, and you can friend that page, follow that page, smash the subscribe, put on the notifications, do all the things, and then order that shirt. The other thing is too that was made for us by Barbell Voodoo. Barbell Voodoo is also this commercial. I'm plugging them. They are doing Music City Expo, and there's tickets for it, and they have a code so you can get a discount on the tickets, which is going to be here for the local Middle Tennessee people, or those people who are in the fitness. Obviously, none of these guys. But anyway,
damn.
the code.
I resemble that. Damn it.
That's
He said you resemble that.
wow.
Right. Okay, well, if I'm wrong, just prove it differently.
But
Anyway, it's Voodoo.
but I
is
can
the
be
code.
distance.
Look, I can lift this glass right here. See that?
Jody.
To be
Jody.
real, Chuck used to be Triple H, and he had some
we
injuries.
know
I was
that.
actually
We know he was
exactly
truly the
Jody, why don't you
pinnacle.
give us that code one more time in case any
Yeah.
people didn't hear us?
It's Voodoo.
Okay.
Not doo-doo.
Hey, what size shirt?
Not
can you get?
hoodoo.
It's not doo-doo like what fell on our houseplant and Chiefs
Doo-doo Brown?
during his speech the other day. Did y'all see that? That was hilarious. That's a whiskey related moment. Like if you were sitting there, like that could be part of the drinking game, and you'd be like, so like, do you down the bottle if Bird shits on president? Like what goes on?
I have no clue what he's talking about, but okay.
Oh, dude. So the other day he's given some other frivolous speech.
We also do hard hitting news on the show.
He loves to talk, but anyway, yeah.
And he's just out there just running his dick suckers about nothing. And then all of a sudden he just out of nowhere he just gets shit on. And I was like, holy hell, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
I told David about it, and David's like, you listen to him more than I ever have.
Wait, let me call HBO. Hold on a second.
I said that like a year ago. It made me look for real. Like,
Listen, hey, HBO says
and I voted for him.
HBO says dick suckers is legal.
What is it? FCC,
real bourbon
FCC
sex
is not.
33.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can move to Twitter soon.
And what size shirts can you get?
You can call it divine providence.
I've already got yours.
But I mean, for the audience.
Oh, we can do midget sizes all the way up to extremely hefty.
You got to be cute though. I'm sorry.
For what?
All
For
right.
midget?
All in.
Yeah.
You're little. You have to be cute.
We should probably wrap the live show, don't you think?
Because it's getting ready to start the next period, and I want to get into the game.
Speaking of periods. Oh.
Uh-oh.
So
you're only in the second period.
Yeah, Billy, what you got? And then we're gonna
one of the
Honey
Club Cafe 305 members showing off their merch.
Nice.
Oh,
There we go.
I thought you were about to say they were showing off their members. I was like, Billy, stop.
Yeah. This is welcome, my guys.
My
Thank you
Club
so
Cafe
much.
305 merch. I don't have any.
Don't show your members.
It's already
boy.
packed.
That's only for the VIP people.
Oh yeah, I got one here
don't
too.
have one. Sorry.
Only VIPs can show their members.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh,
Yes.
doesn't have one. Oh, that's
There it is.
Show your
And
members.
listen,
Billy, we need to talk bulk.
listen,
members. Okay.
listen. I can do bulk now. Believe it or not.
Well, we're not talking to Kay. He's talking about the two of you guys just talking about business.
I understand.
I'm glad Mark got that.
You guys should be lucky. I'm really shy.
Oh yeah.
I know you're shy. When you were here, you knew every single girl in all of Middle Tennessee. I was like, dude, you just checked in like 15
Not at
minutes
all.
ago. How do you know everybody?
That does not surprise me at all.
Like he was like,
Yep.
I was like, hey, we gonna hang out tomorrow? And he's like, well, I got some. Of course, it's always family. He says, well, I got some family to see. I'm like, so did you ever see your family? He's like, no, I got tied up to go see this girl. And I'm like,
Bullshit. You tried to get me shot, but no. That's why.
you can't put his business out there in public.
I'm being
This is for the after
I'm
show.
being facetious. I'm
Yeah.
being
All right,
That's
so
why
let's,
I'm supposed to
guys,
keep this
let's answer John's question here, and then we should probably call it because we're coming up on an hour here.
All right.
All right, so
1792.
John here said, yeah, into whiskey for 2 years, but accelerating rapidly. Curious to know what you guys feel about the 1792 line. I hated the 3 different ones I had and just picked up a sweet wheat. Thoughts?
Okay.
All right, I'm not a big fan of the sweet wheat, but I love the bottle and bond, and then foolproof is fantastic. But
The full proofs are good.
and I've never had the 12-year.
Yeah, the full proofs are good, but if you can actually get a pick of the full proof, to me, they're even better.
Yes, I agree with
I
that.
have one of those. I liked it.
I've not had a bad full proof.
baseline, which I was like, it's okay.
The 12-year is my favorite.
I've never had the 12-year, but
12.
I had a. Oh, I mean, you guys know because I sent it to most of you guys. I had a case that I ordered from nobody that was sent to my house from one of the guys that I don't know, and
Man from nowhere.
and then I packaged it up and did not send it to any of these guys.
Not at all. Speaking of Hilltop, not at all.
So, if
That would be a
anybody
great segue into Walking Dead. We could talk about that.
gets their hands on a sweet wheat out there, I really do want a sweet wheat. Just saying.
Lucille.
Oh, really?
I'll see if I can. If my guy has any. He knows I don't look for that, but I'll reach out to him tomorrow and see because that's where I
No
got the
need
last
to.
case that I sent to all you guys.
No need to do that. I got you.
Listen, I don't care what nobody says. If that's not some Godfather shit, that's I don't know what is.
No, I got you. Really.
Look, you see the straight face Chuck said that with? It's like,
yeah, he did.
It's
I
not
don't think he's
unnecessary.
the only thing he's missing is, do I fucking make you laugh? You think I'm a fucking clown?
No, that's not me.
Let's go Pesci, man.
I know, but dude, is that not one of the greatest gangster scenes of all time?
Oh, dude, I amuse you. I fucking make you laugh.
That's
A fucking clown.
Some night.
Clown? Do I amuse you?
Oh shit!
Listen, I bet the liquor store show up at Chuck house at 2:00 in the morning to wait in line.
They're standing in line, outside his door. It's the liquor store and dogs waiting to be rescued.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just standing there with a baseball bat.
And you sit there and instead of elevator music, you have Sarah McLachlan playing in the background. Anyway, guys, we're all done for the evening. Always fun, always real. David, take care of the controls. Peace out. Love y'all all. Smash everything.
Smash, love us, like us.
Cheers, guys.
Join us.
Oh man,
good show.